Want to win money on sports? With Underdog, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash just by picking higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars on Underdog. Will you be next? Download the Underdog app and sign up to get a free pick with your first cash entry up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, 1-800-639-8783, or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hair thinning can happen for so many reasons. Whether it's stress or hormones or anything, at Nutrafol we've learned that real change starts below the surface. Our hair growth supplements take a whole body approach and target the key root causes of hair thinning, so you can see visibly thicker, stronger hair in 3 to 6 months.
Hair growth starts from the inside at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com.
Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back again. If you are not a Patreon, you should be, or not a YouTube member, you should be, because we just finished recording our Prospect of the Week episode for Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe. Check that out. Patreon.com/Saints Block Party. Good episode, good discussion, just breaking him down as a prospect. Just talking about like an overall vision of him as a player. So a good football conversation. Definitely check that out. But we wanted to record this, doing a double header back to back. Talk about some Saints, not even shenanigans, just talk about Saints catching up on things. Got back from Dallas from the Big 12 Pro Day late Thursday night. Got some people on the chat already, 18 concurrent viewers. Thank y'all for joining. We appreciate y'all. Kind of the big news. Oh, thank sure I'm saying y'all niggas cooking today. Yeah. Then not getting this out the way. And then tonight going to my daughter's birthday dinner, big 1-5. But got the Saints did some things. And listen, man, shout out Morning Cole. I've tried to tell, we try to keep people informed in terms of these things. When we talked about the Cooper Kupp thing, that they've been interested in Cooper Kupp, said on this podcast, they wanted to add a wide receiver. Outrear, if you read his stuff, a couple of weeks ago, hinted at the reunion between the Saints and Brandin Cooks. I should have put up his numbers. So they wanted to add a wide receiver. They did that. They signed Brandin Cooks back on, was it Friday? Thursday? I don't even know what day it was. Friday, I want to say. I don't know. Add him back for a 2-year deal. I got to pull up the numbers to see actually what it was. Man, I was flummoxed by the people were just. Ooh, God damn. A deal worth up to $13 million on a 2-year deal. But let's wait till like the actual money comes out, because you know how they be doing. What you think I'm doing this with funny money, to quote Kevin Hart. So we don't know what the actual deal is, but man, people were just upset with and I'm not the biggest Brandin Cooks fan of how he left, and he forced his way out. He wasn't the greatest teammate, but also I look at it as like he was young. He was a very young player. And people mature, people grow, and it's a position of need. Like, do people not realize how bad the Saints' depth is at wide receiver?
Horrible. It was 8 years ago. And at this point, it's a completely different staff. It's just completely different organization, completely different teammates. So essentially, it's like not even the same player you bring it back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just look at it he's a veteran wide receiver with good hands, and, he's not as fast as I'm sure he's not as fast as he once was, but he's still like a speed guy, Get it for an affordable deal. I don't love the deal, but we'll wait to see what the details are. And
I'm pretty sure there should be overlap I'm guessing with Kellen's system, if I'm remembering
No, I think
correctly.
he came the year after Kellen left.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
I thought so too, but I had to look confirm that. But it's a veteran wide receiver. That's all it is. Like they wanted to add a veteran, like we talked about. There's not many great options on the market. I know people keep saying Keenan Allen. Obviously, Keenan Allen has other plans because he's not. I'm sure they called or something like that, but it's just not. It's not happening. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. So Brandin Cooks. I understand like some of the complaints about like, oh, it's just another small wide receiver, speedy wide receiver. We got plenty of those. Well, Chris Olave's had 3 concussions last year, and Rashid Shaheed's coming off a nasty injury where he just now started running like a couple of weeks ago. Like just started being able to run. Like they need wide receivers. So
it does. And I think what people will say is that Brandin Cooks is injured often and has concussions too. So I get it. I understand. But like it's like Keenan Allen's out there and Amari Cooper's out there. Like I think people think that just because a player is a free agent, it's like, well, why don't you just go out and get that guy? Like that part of it is like that guy has to want to come to the team. Yeah. Like that's a big part of it. The thing that I will contend that isn't like whatever it was, I think the Brandin Cooks deal is and wasn't overpaid, no matter whatever the money looks like. It wasn't overpay. But again, we talked about this like the week of free agency, like the Saints, who they are, they're like to get some of the players that they want to come, like they're going to have to overpay. I was told this like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or whatever day it was, like Brandin Cooks did not have a market at all. So the fact that he didn't have a market and they still had to overpay
tells you everything. Tells you everything. I mean,
bruh.
Saints are a 5-win team, haven't been in the playoffs in years. Derek Carr is a quarterback. It's like it's just not a destination people want to go to, man. And like once you just view it through that prism, it's like okay, they're just gonna have to overpay players. Either overpay players or get players that have some kind of love for Louisiana or something like that.
Right.
Which we obviously saw. With them bringing in Reed, bringing in Gotchall, bringing back Will Clapp, stuff like that. It's that's the bag we got to work with right now.
Cole, shout out to Cole. He brought up this good point. Not going to complain about Cooks for depth when we watch multiple weeks of Mason Tipton.
Thank you, Mason Tipton. And switch out Mason Tipton for Brandin Cooks. Give me, I'll take it. It ain't my money, shit.
It was. I was just baffled by I was like, am I reading? Why are people like Brandin Cook? Like, what?
They were like, what the hell are the Saints doing? I was like,
what? Like we are the first podcast that will vilify and crucify the Saints for their awful decision making. Like this is not the move to do it.
Light them up. And then it's like week 3 of free agency, so it's like you get in the bottom of the scrap heap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he didn't play that much for Dallas last year, which is funny because we were just talking about this because of an injury. But the times where he was healthy, he was decent. Like he played decently. Like he still has some game. Like it was just baffling. And they need every little. They need every sense of juice that they can have, but also
it also has nothing to do with the draft. Like it doesn't preclude them from nothing to do with the draft.
Oh, now that they signed Brandin Cooks, is this tipping their hand that they're going to go Tyler Warren or they're not going to go to Roy? If you think that a 32-year-old Brandin Cooks are changing their draft plans, buddy, do I have news for you? Yannick said, "Nah, an overpay for a 2-year rental when we aren't in any type of window is nasty work, man." What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do?
Run it back 2024, baby. What you talking about, baby? Running it back.
Bro, I had this vision in my head after the Cook signing. You just think of the end of Endgame, just replace Cap with Mickey, after like the shield broke and like Thanos and the entire army, and like Mickey gets up and he's like facing Thanos, and Thanos is coming at him, bro.
Strap up the shield.
He straps up the shield. Shit. He fucking hears Will Clapp voice on his ear.
On your left, Mickey.
On your left, Mickey. And the fucking portals fucking opens up, and Isaac Yadam, Will Clapp, Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks laying like Spider-Man.
Come in there.
Run it back, baby. Run it back.
Run that shit back, bro. And then like the you know who's like Scarlet Witch, who's like has this overpowered, like no one sees coming, is fucking Devon Gottschalk, fucking apparently, bro. Like the missing piece.
The missing piece.
The missing fucking piece.
Shout out Steve Weiss.
I want to talk about this concept. Yannick, I get it, bro. Yannick is upset. Like I can't. I'm not gonna be upset about them bringing back Brandon Cooks. It's just not something I'm gonna be upset. Again, it's not my money. Like, and here's the funny thing: the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, still have a shit ton of cap. Like for them, for their purposes, they have a shit ton of cap space. The Saints have a shit ton of cap space. Not even factoring, we still don't know where they are with the Taysom Hill pay cut. They're still trying to negotiate that. They still want him to take a pay cut. Still know that, like, it is mum. It is absolutely mum.
Are we going to talk about Velus Jones
on this podcast?
Bro, I was about to close down Discord, bro.
I'm about to close the server down. Like Gordon Ramsay on Kitchen Nightmare.
2-hour conversations about Velus Jones. I'm like, what are y'all talking about, man? Why are we talking about this dude?
Close it down. Shut it down. Tell the Patreons no more restaurant going forward. We're shutting it down for the night.
I mean, it was a weird signing. It was a weird signing to do like this early. It was like, okay. But, you know, I refuse to dedicate any of my neurons, whatever.
No.
I'm not dedicated to Velus Jones.
No.
I watched a couple highlights. Yeah, that was asking a lot for me to watch Velus Jones highlights with the Bears. Like,
Speaking of
don't
highlights,
talk to me about it.
I want to, if you haven't caught up, again, I can't wait to fucking send this fucking heart monitor back. I'm about to punch in the goddamn face. If you haven't caught up on our content we posted from the Big 12 Pro Day, got a lot of good interviews on our YouTube, or if you don't want to watch ads, like Bunch was saying that he's getting attacked with ads for this live stream. Listen, that's how we get paid. So, sorry. But if you don't want to watch the ads for the Big 12 interviews we did, all of them are posted to our Patreon, so you can watch them on Patreon. But go watch the Ollie Gordon. This is completely random and whatever. It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want to do. Go watch the Ollie Gordon interview we did. It's like a 2 minute 30 second interview. Really short, sweet interview. Really good, cool talking about Ollie Gordon. He's had a terrible like pre-draft like process. He did look good at the Big 12 Pro Day. Looked good running routes, all that. But like ran a terrible 40 for like a running back at the combine. I think he ran like a 4.7. And we were talking to someone that's covered him at Oklahoma State. You know, they were surprised that he didn't rerun the 40 at the Big 12 Pro Day. But just for like purpose of the Saints, you know, he had an outstanding 2023 to the point where if he probably declared after 2023, he probably gets drafted. I would say like low first round or at least early second round. Like it was dominant, and he goes back to school, does not have a good season last season, quote unquote. I was watching his 2024. I don't know. I think he's like slotted to get drafted round 4, maybe round 5. Whoever drafts him is going to get a stud, bro. Like he is insanely talented. Like it just go. Like I was going to put it in our group chat with me, you, and Dante and text y'all his 2024 highlights. He's insane. insanely talented. And this just goes to show how insanely talented this running back class is and how deep it is, bruh. The Saints need to come away with two.
Easily, bro. Easily. Give me one in the second or third round and one late in day 3. Just, I don't know, 7th round pick, whatever. I don't know. 6th round. I don't know. Give me 2. Because they're going to be there, bro. They got so many running backs. Like Blue, I was looking at the mock draft database. Like, he's slated to go late day 3, bro. Late day 3.
No, I think bro. I think Sean gonna end up getting him in round 3, bro.
Maybe, but I'm just saying, like, as far as just like where mock drafts have him going, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. So many running backs in this draft.
Yannick said it's not about the Cooks, the player. It's about the situation, the premise. After these 2 years, we'll look back on it, and it wouldn't have affected anything. Cook signing has no long term.
Nope. I mean, it's just a one season veteran wide receiver, man. That's just all it is. You know, it's like,
I mean,
MVS wanted to go to. I'm sure they would have loved to have MVS back, but he wanted to go to Seattle. So,
but like at this point in free agency, like you can just the counterpoint. There are a ton of players that only sign 1-year deals now.
Like, this is 1 year deal time of free agency. This is 1 year veteran. You know. And yes, they overpaid. It's just like, because that's just what they got to do right now. But I mean, do you want to go in the season watching Mason Tipton again? That's the question. You want to see Mason Tipton running routes, and they brought back Pettis, I like Pettis. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's no knock on him, but it's like they need some guys in the wide receiver room, and they got one. You know what I'm saying? There's no skin off my back.
Paul said, Adam, congrats to Texas Tech for Sweet 16. Guns up. So let's talk about this thing, and it's not. I guess it's not a thing if Tennessee isn't interested, right? It's Tennessee. So Miami has their pro day Monday tomorrow. We will see. You know, Cam Ward's going to throw, and maybe Tennessee, the Titans, will just be like, you know what, that's our guy. We shutting down all trade talks. We ain't gonna entertain him. You know, he gonna be our pick. He's gonna be our quarterback of the future. But something that I was told is that the Saints absolutely love Cam Ward. Like if you just kind of just ask the teams, like if you ask around of like what teams in the NFL love Cam Ward, like as a prospect, just love him, the resounding answer you'll get as a whole, at the team that loves him the most, are the New Orleans Saints. Okay, noted. And I've said this, I think I've said this on our regular podcast. I know I've said it for sure ad nauseum on our Patreon only episodes. Is he's the only quarterback that they have graded as a round 1 quarterback. Okay. So we talked about this in the Discord, and it was brought up to me hypothetically, that if the Saints truly do love Cam Ward, and I'm going to give you 2 different trade proposals hypothetically, if Tennessee was open to trading for him. One would be 9, 40, 71, and next year's second to go up to 1, or 9, 40, and next year's first round pick to go up to number 1 and draft a quarterback that you're in love with. You're in love with that, and we know that wants to play, like loves New Orleans. Like you go back to that interview that is it Sharif?
Yeah,
posted.
It was like at some kind of Sugar Bowl function or whatever. And man, he talked about Marcus Colston. And
that was enough.
Saints.
That was enough.
Saints fans.
He dropped the C name, the MC name, Colston. He said
Colston? Boy, you was about 9 years old watching that, boy. Man, look, they got Saints fans cooking them, bro. They're like, oh, you know, because we love any player that loves our team, loves our city, we love them back, man. So, man, with those proposals, I had to think about it because anytime I hear giving up next year's first round pick, bro, I'm like, oh, no. But when you think about it, and if you love that quarterback, it's worth it. Yeah,
It is.
it's worth it. It's worth it. Like it just is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's worth going to go get your quarterback if you believe he is that guy and your organization is ready to build around him. I would hate giving up my first round pick next year because I have a high feeling it could be very much a top. I'm very certain it'll be a top 10 pick. Could be a top 5. Top 5 pick. And man, like I don't know. I don't pay attention to the draft next year and all that, so I don't know. But they say it's gonna be a better quarterback draft. I don't know. Don't know. But I just don't like giving up that. But like man, like Cam Ward, bro, like that could solve a lot of issues. That could solve a lot of issues for you. And if you hit, you're able to get the best quarterback in the class and you hit, oh man, changes the game for you, bro. With your new coach, your new offensive minded HC, you don't have to worry about, coordinator switching every year. You got a coordinator in place that you're gonna be able to build around with your young quarterback, talented arm. Oh man, like it would change the game. So I'd be down. I wouldn't want the other one where you're giving up 40, 70, basically all your second and third round picks. We need that, bro. We need that now.
You read my mind, bro. Like it's crazy. I'd rather give up next year's first than give up 71. Like I'd rather, because at least if you're giving up 9 and 40, it's like okay, I give up 9 and 40. You're giving up 9 anyway because that's gone. But you're giving up 40. You're giving up next year's first, and at least with 71, you could come back, and then with your new rookie quarterback, you can get him an offensive lineman, you can get him a tight end, you can get him a running back, or you could help him out and get him a defensive player, whatever it is. You could help him out in that type of way. If I'm drafting a quarterback in round 1, number 1 overall, he's my dude. I'm helping him out with a weapon, whether that's tight end or that's running back. I'm trying to help him out, or offensive lineman. I'm trying to help him out that way. It's such a fascinating thing because I mean, it's a moot point if Tennessee just says fuck it. The thing I think that would give Tennessee pause is they would essentially go out of the ranking from an elite talent. So if they go from 1 to 9, that means they're not getting Abdul Carter, they're not getting Travis Hunter. Like that to me would just make it a hard trade to pull off because it's such a steep drop. Right. However, if Tennessee is thinking long term, they might be thinking like Howie did and be like, them niggas gonna suck next year. And maybe they like Cam Ward, but they don't love him. And they're thinking like, hey, this quarterback class next year, like, yeah, we love Travis Hunter. Yeah, we love Abdul Carter, but maybe there's a player at 9 that we feel we can get that we really, really could roll with and rock with. And then we could, sign. I mean, if I'm them, I'm maybe trying to get Derek Carr from the Saints, so at least you could be presentable.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Throw Derek Carr in that mix. Shit.
Be presentable. Next season, and then you're like, all right, even if we pick in top 10 and then they pick in top 10, or maybe if they pick in top 5, that's how then we can really rebuild our team with 2 top 10 picks next season, get our quarterback and that's how it worked for the Eagles, right? Like they got Jalen Carter from the top 10 pick that should have been the Saints, and it completely changed their team for the future.
Yeah, man. It'll be interesting. I was talking with Titans Homer about that. He doesn't think the Titans would go for that because from what he hears is like they're going Cam Ward, like locally in Nashville or whatever, that they really like Cam Ward. And they're like the other players too, and they like Shador. Is what he says. I don't know.
Interesting.
He said they really do like Shador. So I would venture to say it would most likely be like maybe a Giant. If the trade did happen, it would be like the Giants. I don't think they just want to move down to 9. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's fascinating.
That's the thing I keep going back to.
But when I saw that Cam Ward clip, that was all I needed to see. I'm like, Saints trying to move up. They are going to make that push. They are going to make that push to move up to 1. Will it be enough?
So Greg Carter in the chat said this, and this is the thing I just don't get. I definitely stay pat and not trade up because they need more than a quarterback this year. No, like that's like everyone keeps saying that. Like that's quarterback where it starts. It's where it starts and ends. Everyone in the league is looking to get a quarterback because everyone's saying, I draft Ted or Mason Taylor's weapons for my quarterback for my next quarterback, Rattler or Arch or like one of the quarterbacks next year, like that. Okay, so let me play this out. Let's say they draft Ted at 9, and Derek Carr has an average Derek Carr season this upcoming season, and let's say they win 8 games, and they're picking 18. Do you know, one, if the quarterback class is better next year, the quarterback tax raises exponentially to move up. The reason why it's even potentially feasible for, hypothetically, for them to move up this year to get, if it's even possible, if they could, is that it's seen as a lesser class, especially in terms of quarterbacks. For them to move up, it's not going to cost them as much. They're not paying the same cost that it cost Carolina for them to move up with the Bears, for them to draft Bryce Young. Because if it's like if you would have told me that it would cost the Saints the same that it would move for them to get Cam Ward that it cost to get Bryce Young, I'd tell you that don't do that trade at all. That's a terrible trade. It's a terrible trade. But they're not, if it's in theory, them not trading that much next year. If it's a stronger quarterback class, one, your teams more likely are not going to want to trade those picks because they're just going to draft those quarterbacks. Two, even if it's a team that maybe has a quarterback, they're going to charge you out the ass to trade up to get that quarterback because the quarterbacks are better. Like they're charging you a tax. Oh, you want to come get Arch Manning? You want to come get whoever? Oh, we need 2 first-round picks. If you.
And here's the thing. Everybody wants to build that way. Everybody wants to be able to build the team, build your defense, build your offense, build your weapons. That boom, just go draft the quarterback, drop him in there, boom, perfect. Don't we all wish we lived in that world? But the world just don't work like that. I mean, it rarely happens that it works like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's two routes you can go. You know what I'm saying? You can go that route. You can say, okay, I'm not going to trade up. I'm not going to do anything extensive to go get my quarterback. I'm not going to reach. I'm not going to trade up or anything like that. I'm just going to build my team to get my team the best that it could be right now. And once I feel that it's reached that point, I'm going to go get my quarterback. Or when the opportunity is available to get the quarterback you love, you go get him, and then you build around him as you go along. And neither one is wrong. Like neither one is a wrong option. It's just how you choose to do it. And I don't see any problem with either one, and I don't see no problem with being aggressive and going and get your guy. Now there's a risk.
The Chiefs did it.
Chiefs did it. And look, there's a risk with both of them too.
Yeah.
You could keep building your team up and never get your guy, and just be shuffling through veteran quarterbacks. And
ain't that what the Saints have done since Drew Brees?
For 40 years. Not just Drew. They got lucky with Drew, but it's been like that for 40-something years, bro. That's what they've been doing. And it's like at some point you got to just go and get your guy, bro. Or, look, you could go and the risk with like taking like a Cam Ward, trading up assets to go get him, because the team isn't very good, and will that affect his development? You know what I'm saying? Is the team not being good, will that put him in dire situations to where you can't even really get a good evaluation. Like remember Bryce Young, his first season and like half of last season, it was like, man, is he? The first season it was like we can't even get a good evaluation on because the team was so bad.
Right.
Then the first half of second season, it was like, damn, is he just bad? And then he was able to turn it around after he got benched, came back, blah blah blah. He turned it around. So it's a risk going through that type of situation with somebody like Cam Ward. If you give up assets to get him, but it's gonna be a risk, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like taking a quarterback high, trying to get a quarterback is one of the most hardest things to do in sports. Fucking hard.
Tony said, counterpoint. Colts got their guy in Andrew Luck, but by the time they built a team around him, they'd worn him out, making him carry the franchise by himself.
That's true too.
But I mean, I guess that other counterpoint is like, the Colts don't change their decision of never drafting like Andrew Luck though. Like
right.
they draft Andrew Luck 10 times out of 10. Like, yeah, I think Tony's point is like you still have to get the guy, and like you can get the guy and then still fail at building the team.
Yeah.
After you get the guy.
Yeah.
Or you
failed at building the team though.
Yeah,
you didn't fail at you got the guy.
You got the guy.
Right. I'd rather get the guy and figure the rest out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think this whole discussion really just ends up being of like how you feel about Cam Ward as a prospect. Is really what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. Yep. It really does.
No. Greg said, appreciate the answer. No worries. But if you would have told me in a vacuum you could trade up to 1 to get Cam Ward and it would just take $940 in next year's first, I'm sorry, bro. I'm calling the phone. I'm trying to make that trade happen right now. Right now.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's just, it's hard predicting the future. And, oh, man, imagine the Saints, the top 3 pick next year. Like, say the Saints just ass, and you ain't got that pick. And then what if Cam Ward not looking too good the first season? You're like, ooh, and then the Titans picking top 3 with your pick, and they got like their own top 10 pick. It's like, oh, and the quarterbacks coming out, Drew Law and all them just looking good. It's like, oh.
You're replaying what's been happening with the Panthers and the Bears recently, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. And you just pray that Cam Ward, becomes that guy. You know what I'm saying?
You're playing on that, and it's like, man, Kellen Moore got to earn his money, bro.
Earn it, for real. So it's interesting, bro. But I really think they're gonna push to go get him.
Do you?
I think the Saints are gonna make a push for it. I'm not saying it. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think they will. I think they will probably push to go get him. I think they probably end up getting rebuffed by the Titans. Oh yeah, because I just don't think they'll want to fall down.
No,
that much. That's a steep fall in a draft that just has very few.
And to me, it's like, okay, we know they tried to trade up for Michael Penix last year, and if I don't know what it was requiring that they couldn't do it, but if they did, it would have been less than what they would probably have to give up to move up with the Titans.
Yes.
So if they wasn't willing to do that last year, it's like
I think I haven't confirmed this, but like kind of reading between the tea leaves, I think the thing that would needed for the Penix trade to happen was they needed to probably include Marshawn in the trade at that point, and at that time they didn't want to move him, which is funny because then they moved him like a couple of months later. Which is also funny because they didn't want to move him prior to the season starting last season, and they could have gotten a second for him,
a second round pick.
And then they moved him ended up being like a third and a fourth. No cap, no filter asks percentages chance Carr gets traded this season and thoughts on Matthew Golden and Cal McCord. I don't think Carr gets traded unless they draft a quarterback in round 1. I say round 1. Even if they draft 1 in round 2, I don't think Carr gets traded. But if they draft 1 in round 1, like if they take like Shador at 9, or if they trade up for Cam, I think Carr's out of there.
If you get Shador done at 9, I think that raises the chances to like a 60% chance.
Yeah, I think at that point, I think at that point they'd be like, man, we could just roll with Spence for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Golden, I like Golden a lot. I haven't watched a super lot of him, but I watched a bit of him. My comp for him is he reminds me playstyle wise as a less doggy version of Stephon Diggs, if that makes sense. He's very smooth like Stephon, but like he doesn't like a less doggy Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the DJ Moore comp. I don't like the DJ Moore comp. I like the less doggy Matthew Golden, Stephon Diggs. And then I have not watched a lot of Kyle McCord, and I don't plan on doing so.
I mean, I like Kyle McCord. I like him. He sling that bug. Like I like him. I just like that. I like his playing mentality. He slings that rock.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do you think he gets drafted round 2? Like, where do you think his range is? Round 2, round 3?
I think his range is 2 or 3, probably 3. I think he's more of a third round guy. Maybe he's somebody because he looked like you sent that video out yesterday of him like on a chalkboard.
Mm-hmm.
I think some coach could be impressed by his neck up stuff.
Yes,
but he is limited physically. Like he's arm not a terrible arm, but it's a decent arm. But I like him. Like, but to me, I'm just like shit. We got Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It would be kind of a redundant pick for me. But again, Kelly Moore and all them didn't draft Spencer Rattler. Like they had no ties to him whatsoever.
No
so
ties.
They could go in and love McCord and bring him in. So it'll just be like another one of those type of picks that the Saints have been doing for years now. Kyle McCord. What's our other backup quarterback?
Garrett Grayson, Jake
Haener, all those types.
Ian Book.
Go get a guy, man. Shit, go get Milroe or something. Shit.
I said it, man, and I stand by it. I'd be completely fine with them drafting Milroe at 40. Would have no problem with it. No problem with it. I know the internet and Saints Twitter would burn down. Wouldn't care. I would say go watch that Wisconsin game. Go watch, man. He
put that dick down on Wisconsin.
Anyway, he asked. He said, "Which way you want it? You want it through the air? You want it on the ground?" He's just cooking them up, bro. Anyway, go watch the Milroe Prospect of the Week episode. We talked about. So I want to. I mean, we're what? We are. Oh shit! We're officially a month away from the draft, bro. A month away as of today. 30 days away. We'll be in New Orleans. We'll be in New Orleans. I'll probably ask you this closer as it gets there. We'll keep this one a shorter one. We won't go too long. But gun to head, pellet gun, like BB gun. I don't want to get the actual gun. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to ask you this after our break. We haven't done this in a while. We're going to take a break here from our sponsors from Underdog Fantasy, and I'm going to ask you this question after our break. We'll be back right after this.
People, you already know, nothing beats March basketball. Bring the fun of a bracket to every game day by making entries on Underdog. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Their app has over 100,000 five-star reviews and millions of players. This week on Underdog, I'm taking McNeese over Purdue in men's basketball and UConn over Arkansas in women's. Download the Underdog app and sign up now using promo code BLOCKPARTY to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code BLOCKPARTY. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon first deposit. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama or Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona and Massachusetts, and President State where Underdog Fantasy operates. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
We are back. Before I ask you this question, we got a correct from Greg Carter. How are they feeling about Rattler leading the team? So I think this is probably the most decisive kind of when you talk about like not dysfunction, but just different viewpoints in like the organization that you see. This is probably one of the biggest ones because I think if you were to give truth serum to like Jeff Ireland, Kai, and before he left, Dave Ziegler, I think if you were asked them, they would have been completely fine cutting Carr and letting Rattler just play out the season. Or they would have been fine cutting Carr, letting Rattler start the season as a starter, them drafting a quarterback in the first round at like 9, or maybe them trying to trade up for Cam. But I think because Mickey wants to save his job, and he's the only reason to save his job is Carr making the team look presentable, respectable. That's why you're kind of seeing this push of Carr staying on the team, being on the team. That's where you see the biggest kind of one of the biggest divides on the team with that. But to Ryan's point, Kellen Moore and the staff has no ties to Spencer Rattler. So that's just a new dynamic that we don't know. I can just tell of some things in terms of like how the front office sees him as a player and kind of where the divide is.
Yep. And ultimately it's going to be up to Spencer to come in OTAs next month with it on his mind. He had to come in there with it on his mind that I'm about to take the starting job. Whether they give it to him or not, he got to come in it like he going to take that thing. And, he's been working all off season, so just come in there and light it up, bro. Like show that you've improved on the things that you struggled with last year. Show that you can read the blitz, clean up your mechanics, clean up your accuracy a little bit, and you go out there and perform. Coach is gonna see it, bro. Like you got it. Like you got a lot of the things they're already looking for. So you just got to show it consistently.
Man, if he goes out there and he looks good and looks better consistently than Carr, and it's like obvious, like consistently throughout training camp,
like obvious. I'm just saying,
and he still don't, bruh. That's a whole different conversation right there, bruh.
Mm-hmm. He gonna have to put the pressure on him.
Oh yeah, for sure. It has to be. It gotta be like Russell Wilson,
Matt Flynn
esque.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it got to be like that obvious.
Well, it got to get to the point where the team, like the teammates, is like, because they're gonna be the one to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gonna be the one to tell you. And if it gets to the point where the team is like, nah, bro, this is it right here. This is what we need to roll. And it makes it easier for somebody like Kellen Moore. It's like, man, look. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's roll. But
we'll see. So anyway, back to the question I wanted to ask you before our break. BB gun to head. Who do you think they ultimately end up drafting at 9 as of right now?
Oh.
Like Tony said, thank God draft season is almost over.
It just feels like Tet, bro.
It does.
Feel like Tet is going to be, because I'm 99.99% sure he's going to be there at 9. And I'm pretty sure, not hugely sure, but, Mason Graham probably be gone. Probably. Don't know how they feel about Jalen Walker. Shadur Sanders is a wild card.
Right.
So just from all that, I just feel like Tet would be the pick. Like I think Shadur will wind up going, maybe number 3 to the Giants or something like that. Or maybe somebody trade up for him or something, I don't know. And, Mason Graham, he's gonna get drafted. So I just think Tech gonna be there. Now, then there's the Will Johnson thing.
That's
I know
that's the one.
they liked him a lot.
That's the one, bro.
Uh,
His his he's not having a pro. He's not working out at Michigan's pro day. His private workout, which happens, what did I read? Like a week before the draft or something like that. And I can almost guarantee you they're gonna bring him in for
mhm.
like a private. He'll have a private workout. I gotta pull it up. Oh, okay. Can we stop with like everything being behind like a paid article? It is driving me
Oh,
crazy, bro. Just want to see what it is. Anyway, um, I think I want to say it's like a week before the draft is Will Johnson's doing like a private like workout for teams. Um, let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Nope. Here we go. Yeah, I'm trying to find the exact date. But I think like what happens at that private workout is going to it shouldn't factor. It really shouldn't factor, but it just feels like that is going to be a huge decision for them. And like if they bring in Will Johnson and how he is and in that interview, if they do like a private workout with Will Johnson, how he's moving, I think that factors in too. Had you told me that the Will Johnson momentum hadn't been as bad as it was pre-draft, one, he probably wouldn't be there at 9, honestly. But if it hadn't been as bad as it was, I think in a vacuum, I think it would be him over Tet. But now I think it's just a toss-up, man. I just really think it's just a toss-up.
yeah, it'd be interesting, bro. I just want a nice, clean player that's gonna come in and be a contributor early and long term. That's all I want, man. A nice, clean player. Not no, oh man, just wait till he develops, and not no, oh man, once he recovers from this injury and all this stuff. I just want a
Thank,
nice player. Just
thank
come
you,
in and be good, man.
thank you, Dante, for that. April 14th is his private workout.
Oh,
That's
okay.
like literally the draft is the 23rd. This man working on the 14th. That's such a glaring red flag to me, bro.
Very, bro.
Like what you're describing, like a nice player that's gonna come in the short, like just at this point, just if he's there, man, just give me Tetero, bro.
Give me Ted, man. Just give me Ted, man.
It would be perfect. I'd be perfectly fine with it. I know he didn't run no 4.47. No lie to my face to tell me he did.
No,
I know.
no. So some people say 4.6. It's like that probably. But that's him. Like he's in that 4.5, 4.6 range. You know what I'm saying? But it is all that stuff is funny to me because like the difference between like a 4.48 and like a 4.53. I mean, we talk about hundredths of a second. It's like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying?
But
He's a
when
mid 4.5 guy. Like that's just what he is.
but when you struggling against separating against college wide receivers, and then you go.
He don't do it on tape. He don't do it on tape.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not. He don't
It
do it.
matters. It matters. Steve Smith likes his small guys, but he picked Golden over Tetero. Yeah, I get it. Like I've said it. Like most NFL teams have Golden over Tet as on their boards for their number one wide receiver. I just don't like the Saints of just their like. I feel like they would draft. Oh, I know Tet's been in their cloud for months. Golden. Like that would be super, super, super redundant. Like Golden, Olave, Shaheed, and Brandin Cooks.
No.
That wide receiver room doesn't make sense.
Tet makes the wide receiver room make sense. Like,
Yes.
Period.
And I like Golden. I like Golden a lot. He doesn't make sense on this team. Tet makes sense on this team. He brings like just this hierarchy of just like, okay, I got it. But we'll see. We'll see. But we just wanted to just get on, just talk Brandin Cooks, talk, Cam Ward. We'll see. We're a month away. Thank God. Thank God. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We might be back later this week. Speaking of the draft, it's been time for us to do a post-combine draft simulator episode. We haven't done one in a while. And we still need to do our mock, our community mock that we did last year. So it's almost time for us to do that as well. Let's see. Someone said, Uncle Do said, so let me ask y'all, who's y'all number one pick at 9? We literally just talked about that. Oh, you mean like if we had the choice? Mason Graham. Graham. Yeah. That's both ours, and it's easily. I'll say this about Mason Graham, man. If he gets past New England, it gets very hard for me to find a Mason Graham team. I keep saying that. Like if he gets if it's New England and Jacksonville, if he gets past 4 and 5. Oh yeah.
It gets dicey.
I struggle to find the Mason Graham team. I struggle to find the team.
You don't think Panthers will go there after they lost out on Milton Williams?
Because they signed Wharton.
Yeah, it's true.
And I feel like what Mason Graham does well and what Derek Brown does well, they feel kind of redundant. Like they're very similar prospects coming out if you really think about it. Mm-hmm. They feel like they'd be redundant. Not saying that they wouldn't be a good tandem. I just keep thinking Panthers. I just think they want juice, and Mason Graham just doesn't scream. Like even defensive juice, he doesn't scream defensive juice. Like we would love him as a player, he doesn't scream defensive juice. Like I feel like they want like Jalen Walker. I feel like they want Mikael Williams. I was even told like they would even consider Tyler Warren.
That'd be a good pick, actually.
He would fit a foot, yeah. Like and Tyler Warren would be giving DeMario hell and Pete Warner hell, bro.
hell.
But we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise me and go Mason Graham, and it'd be basically Brock Bowers all over again, like one pick before.
Yep.
And Patrick Mahomes. But anyway, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will maybe be back later this week doing a mock draft simulator episode. Appreciate y'all's support. With that, we are out.
Peace.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.